What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is D-Train live, doing a live broadcast here out to the world, out to nobody, out to everybody. It's all good. So let's get this thing started here, man. Tell you what, man, this last weekend it was an interesting weekend up at the spot. People were having a lot of fun. I'm looking at my clipboard here. Give a few shout outs. Oh yeah, that's right. I had my people who were up there. They were ready, man. They were ready when I got there. They were like, hey, are you the karaoke guy? I was like, yeah, matter of fact, I came in and I had to use El Baño. And they were cheering as I went into the bathroom, and I turned around and gave them a thumbs up. You know, I never felt so encouraged to use the bathroom. But yeah, they were excited to sing some karaoke. So my first singers were Denise and Angie. They sang Rich Girl. Actually, I think they sang a few songs. I didn't even get to write them all down. We were just throwing some songs on. So that's what's up. And then I think there was a band. And then Ben, Denise and Angie. And then Denise sang again. And I Love College. Folsom Prison Blues, Hotel California, Jack Squared came up. Jack Squared entered the mix. He was with another group, so he started to represent. I'm gonna turn the camera on real quick. Y'all see my beautiful image. Yeah, let's keep on with these shout outs here. Teddy, Party Pat, Electric Feel MGMT. Teddy sang Bubbly. That was awesome. There was Austin, Santeria, Hal, Baby Got Back, Jack and Mike, 500 Miles. Alex stepped in. He came in and sang a few songs. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Man, we had a bunch of good singers. Marissa and Ellen. Jordan. Take Me Home, Country Roads. Austin and Catherine. I tell you what, it was stacked, man. What else we got? Might have to change his chord pretty soon. Yeah, man. I had a bunch of people came in. They stayed for us. Oh, how y'all like my new sunglasses? I think that's in the music. That's in the song, man. It got me tripping. Hold on, let me show y'all my sunglasses real quick. I got them up at the 5 and below. Yeah, I'm gonna get to my story in a minute. I gotta tell y'all that story too. But check this out. This is technically the unwrapping. I have another pair around here somewhere. I already lost them. See? That's why I gotta buy a bunch. $5, $75. goodness, man. It's like trying to get the little plastic piece, the little zip tie off without a. I hope I didn't scratch the screen, the lens. Yeah, that's smooth right there, baby. I'm ready. I'm ready for the world. Yes. Yeah, man. So yeah, let's get into this, man. I was thinking about let's turn this music down a bit. I was thinking about some of the guys I met along the way, and I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if I have a little Mighty Mouse complex or what, but I see these guys and they, now some of them, I mean, okay, yeah, you could tell they're like huge, right? They're like 6 something, right? I'm like 5, whatever. But they come in and they wearing kind of baggy clothes, so it's kind of deceptive. And 6'1", 6'2", it's like a couple inches taller than me, so it's like these guys don't look all that big. And then I look them up, like if they're on this football team, I'm like 220, what? 235, right? So that's kind of where I'm gonna start with this one. Okay, I want y'all to I want to see if I can do a screen share. I'm playing around with some things. I'm trying to see if some things gonna work here, because I got this video I want to show you. All right, it's gonna let me do anything. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, it's gonna. Okay, so I want y'all to watch this this video. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, so is this? All right, there we go. I think I got it. All right, let's stop this real quick here. All right, so
they made a living limiting big plays, and you got to keep the big three receivers, the trio in front of you, come up and make tackles.
Which Virginia Tech normally does. It may be difficult today, though, with that speed. 2nd and 6. The throw, Darrell Roberts, the catch, and just pounded right where he caught it. Bruce Carter with a 66-yard interception return for a touchdown against Rutgers. Big-time hit.
Okay,
now
so
look at
if I
the
see
frame on
him
Carter, a former high school quarterback who moves so well. This is a linebacker closing on a wide receiver screen, and he brings it with the helmet right there. Yeah. That is a heck of a lick.
That's a big dude.
Outside on a wide receiver.
Draws a huge roar as they play it back on the big screen here at Keenan.
Right.
With a little AC/DC for effect in the background there.
All right.
3rd and 5, and they'll go to the shotgun. With time is Taylor over the middle. It's picked off. Mark Paschal with the interception.
Mark
and he
Paschal.
read it perfectly. Paschal, the senior from Charlotte.
Mark
His
Paschal.
dad played right here at North Carolina and in the NFL. So the first big play of the game produced by the North Carolina defense.
Oh my goodness! All right.
The heels when we
Mark
come back to
oh
Chapel
man,
Hill.
that defense was awesome. I remember that defense. All right, so that was that. And I was just like, all right, I remember that dude. And just recently, I started trying to figure out who he was, because I remembered this dynamic linebacker from an era before, but I couldn't figure out how far back, and I didn't remember his name. Right. This was in '08, so I'm, what is this? 2017. So that was 9 years ago. I didn't remember his name. I'm like, oh, who did he play with? So I was like, I think that was that squad where Greg Little and Marvin Austin, I believe, was that year. Yeah, I think so. And I couldn't remember his name, and because I was like, oh man, I remember Shotmer. That was like last year, like a couple years ago, and then I remember, a few other players, and then I was like, all right, let me see. And then it clicked, and then I was like, oh yeah, I found it. Right. And so I looked up my man. I looked up my homeboy here. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all have to bear with me. This is my I don't want to say my debut, but kind of is, trying new things anyway. Hopefully you guys will be able to come back and look at this as and say, oh, okay, yeah, he really sucked back then when he did this one, but he got better. So all right, so I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna play this video that I found when I was looking through the defenses of these of the different eras, and I started to look through the rosters, and I still had a hard time, and I still, you know what, I'm not even sure how I found it. I'm
Following
not sure.
starting quarterback Cam Sexton's shaky performance in North Carolina's 17-15 loss at Maryland last Saturday, and with sophomore quarterback TJ Yates fully recovered from his broken ankle injury that had kept him out 6 weeks after starting the season's first 3 games, North Carolina officially has a quarterback controversy, as head coach Butch Davis announced this morning that the starting quarterback position would be open for the second time this season.
And I have yet to speak to either of the two quarterbacks, but they're both in class, and I'm going to talk to both of them. You know
what? I don't think this is the one. I think I wanted the other one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop that screen share. I'm going to turn my camera off, so preserve that camera just a touch. I'm going to see if I can find. I thought I had it. Maybe I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. My bad. This is a ragtag operation here, but that's all good. It's all good. You're just going to watch it later and be like, wow, that was brilliantly done. Good job, D-Train, on your first try doing the screen share. All right, so let's start this video.
North Carolina middle linebacker Mark Paschal is known for his intensity on the field, anchoring the Tar Heels defense, which ranks 4th in the nation in turnover margin at a plus 1.44 and leads the country with 18 interceptions on the season, 4 of them being returned for touchdowns. But besides leading this ferocious defense, Paschal, a native of Charlotte, is also a pretty cool guy off the field. I sat down with the senior before practice today to get to know him a little better. Take a listen.
An interception, no question about it. Anytime we get the ball back to the offense is a successful outing for us on the defense each possession. I think winning the state championship my junior year with all those guys that came back from a 3-9 season the season before and being able to come out and win the state championship the next year. I think that it gives me a great outlet from football. It's been an unbelievable opportunity to branch out and meet new people. And I went to a private school, so I'm used to the close-knit group of guys and growing up with a group of guys. So it's been an awesome experience for me. The cost. I'd like to think that I'm good at golf, and I played basketball for a while in high school. Bob's. Coyote.
Oh, wow.
I think a playoff system would be great, but it's just going to be too difficult to ever really attain. Tough.
And so somehow, I don't know how it happened. I was like, you know what? That's that dude. Somehow I realized, okay, that's that dude. And then, okay, so I remember when I watched the games, man, it was like he just like he was in on like most of the tackles. He was just like in on like everything, man. He was everywhere. Like you had the big fellas on the outsides, right? And this guy, he was big too, but I guess when I saw him, he was sitting down, and this was after he got injured. He broke his spine or something like that, man. And I felt bad, right? Because I felt like that was like a dude that could lay it down, man. It was like when he hit, he just knew exactly the time to like really get into it where it just laid a nice hit, just like that hit you saw that Bruce Carter laid, and as they mentioned, he had a bunch of interceptions too, so he could sniff the ball out. But he came in to He's Not, and I saw his name on the list back then, because back then I knew his name, right? And I was like, Mark Paschal. And I looked around. I was like, "Where's Mark Paschal?" Right? And I got to do a video explaining how I don't really get starstruck, but I kind of a little bit, back then. It was like, man, that's that dude that be hitting people, right? So he was sitting there, and I didn't want to like, be like, because I know he just hurt himself or something. And but I was like, oh man, you the man, because I still didn't believe it was him, because it didn't seem like he was that big, and somebody that be, hitting people like that. It was like, no, that dude's got to be a huge dude. Same thing with Shotmer, man. That dude, he was big too, but for some reason, I don't know, he just looked like, he was my size for some reason, but he's not. He's like a big dude, but these dudes, it's like, come on, man. No, not me, man. And no. Anyway, so that's my story. That's my story on that, man. He's got Mark Paschal. He was a really cool dude when I met him. So I know whatever he is doing, he's going to be doing it well. And because I know he's got it. You know, he's got it, man. He's got the drive, the heart. You know, so wherever he's at, I think he's out in Charlotte doing something. It's something sports or something. But anyway, you got a seat on the D train. Whenever. Anyway, thanks for tuning in for this little short little segment. Shout outs to all my people. Early, middle, late. It's all good. Oh, and another thing, look. Now listen. Sometimes we get a little rowdy. Right? We get a little rowdy. And sometimes rowdy people like to hang around with other rowdy people. But sometimes those rowdy people can be a little bit crazy too. And you don't want somebody else's crazy, making it too crazy for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't let somebody else's issues get you in trouble. Cause ooh, yeah. Anyway, peace out. Be good. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Oh yeah. Like, subscribe, and share this with somebody you know.